Hello there and welcome back. Today we're going to be using our Instant Pot to make some homemade yogurt. I'm going to make a vanilla flavored yogurt. To do that we're going to add some condensed milk and some heavy cream. And we're also adding some vanilla extract to that too. I have my Instant Pot here and I'm going to start by adding 8 cups of milk. Just using regular whole milk from the grocery store. 2. You're going to want to make sure your Instant Pot is nice and clean, freshly washed before you make this, because we are working with live cultures here. We don't want to introduce any other bacteria. 4. You're going to want to make sure everything's towel dried before you place it in your pot too. 6. 8. So the first thing we're doing here is we're just heating up our milk to about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to plug in our Instant Pot. We're going to put our lid on, lock it. If you have a glass lid, you can also use a glass lid. I've used a glass lid before. We are going to want to make sure that this is on vent. We do not want it to be sealed. So my Instant Pot is a little bit different. It might be a little different from yours. I have an Instant Pot Pro. So if you have a regular Instant Pot, you're just going to hit this probably twice until it comes to boil. Mine, I hit it once and then I turn it to start. Our Instant Pot has reached a boil. I apologize if you hear my dishwasher in the background. It should be over soon. Alright, we finished our cycle here. Make sure it's still on vent. Turn it off. Open this up. Away from yourself because it's going to be hot. Take this out, take its temperature. And my crock pot here, we're working on a different recipe for a short. Check that out. Making some Mississippi pot roast. Alright, let's take the temperature. Alright, we have reached our ideal temperature. Now we're going to let this cool down at room temperature, or you can do, if you want to speed it up, you can cool it down in some ice water in the sink. I have to run out real quick, so I'm just going to let this cool on the countertop and put a towel underneath it. I'm going to let this cool on the countertop till it gets to 110 degrees. And this is our Mississippi pot roast we're working on. This recipe is so delicious. It's my favorite meal, I believe. And I'd like to make it with some mashed potatoes, serve it on a roll with some mayo. It's so delicious. So what we want to do here now is ladle out 1 cup of milk, the warm milk. This took about an hour to come down to 110 degrees from at room temperature. It takes about 10 minutes if you are to do it in an ice bath in the sink. So I have my plain yogurt here. This is what we're going to use for our cultures. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. A little extra is fine. Now I'm going to start adding our flavorings in. If you want to keep this plain, you're just going to put it back in how it is without adding these flavorings. Add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I have some sweetened condensed milk here. You can add however much you'd like to this. I'm gonna add about a half a cup. can add a 1/4 cup if you don't want it as sweet. Now I'm gonna add some of this to my pot here because I need to add a cup of heavy cream still. Now we're gonna add all of this back to our Instant Pot. Mix that all up. After this step, you are not gonna wanna mix it anymore for right now until it is completely done, because otherwise you're gonna have a very loose yogurt. Now we're gonna replace our lid. This little condensation on it. Lock it. Remember to make sure it's on bent. Now we want to incubate our yogurt, so we're going to plug our Instant Pot back in, push yogurt. So back to 8 hours. I'm going to incubate mine for 7 hours. Start. You can incubate anywhere from 6 hours to 8 hours. The longer you incubate it, the thicker and the tangier it's going to be. 7 hours should be perfect. The last few times I've done it on 8 hours. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. My family goes through yogurt very fast, so I'm going to save the rest of the sweetened condensed milk. Put it in one of my canning jars with a lid. Put this in the fridge because we will probably be making more in a few days off camera. This a try. is phenomenal. Alright, our yogurt finished its 7-hour incubation period in the Instant Pot, so we're gonna, and I also put it in the fridge last night to cool down and thicken up overnight. And this is what we have. Very thick. Oh, that's incredibly thick. Give some of this a try. Let's give this a try. It's pretty good. I have these little yogurt pouches here I'm going to fill up for my kids. I'm going to give it a mix to get everything combined. Looks like the whey separated a little on the bottom. It's okay, we'll just pour that out. Some in some glass jars for them to eat now. With some fruit. That'll go on a separate plate. You need this with granola too.
Mommy, I like it.
Good. I'm glad you like it, baby.
Are you putting that in for you?
No, this is for Jakey, but I'm gonna make one for you and Maddie too.
I have one.
I know, could be for later. Good, Brookie?
Yes.
And this is how our yogurt came out. I think it looks beautiful. If yours comes out chunky at all, you can take an immersion blender and blend it up, make it smooth. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a blessed day.